Hi everyone, it's Killshot from 99 Gaming's The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 15, spoilers, prediction, and news. I want to thank all of you for being here on a Friday night. I know we were going to stream last night, and we rescheduled it, and I appreciate everybody being flexible. We did post that on the Facebook fan page, so thanks to all of you, and some people have messaged me wanting to know about it. That is your best source of information if there is a cancellation or a rescheduling. But I just wanted to get a little bit more data and do this all at one time, because last night would have been an all prediction. We do have some spoiler information. One thing that I want to say is there are major spoiler sites that are not doing spoilers for the next couple weeks, so some people will be coming over here, but there is other information that's starting to filter through. I will tell you tonight what is a prediction, what is news, and what is spoiler. I'm not going to give you the sources of the spoilers. They're completely confidential, and they could be off by a little bit. Use your own discretion. Don't make any wagers with your friends on what's going on, but I'm going to give you some things that have been rumored to be true. We'll see how it goes. If they're right, they're right. Then we'll give them a little bit more credit in the future. So let's get right into it. We're going to start out with a little bit of news here tonight. So I don't know if you guys saw this. This came out a couple days ago. Lenny James chose to be on Fear the Walking Dead. Maybe he had an option of dying off on The Walking Dead or having a fresh start and being a part of the series a little bit longer. I don't know about you guys. I mean, that seems like a tough choice with The Walking Dead and the popularity. It almost be like working at Morton's Steakhouse and asking to transfer to Chuck E. Cheese's. I don't know. Lenny James, but he might, maybe he'll be able to help turn Fear the Walking Dead around. I'm pretty excited about it. Let me know your thoughts and comments to that. I also saw that Scott Kernan had a super chat. Scott, where are you at there? Post your question when you get a chance, and we will move on to that. Some quick ratings news that's out there. People drum this up and they said Walking Dead's ratings got beat by 60 Minutes and they are at season 1 levels. There's a lot of things that contribute to that. I will say that the show from a YouTube and a commentary standpoint seems more popular than ever, because I know when I started doing the streams and the videos and the comments, there were like 3 or 4 of us doing this, and now there's probably 50 people doing Walking Dead commentary. But I will say this, we have the best group. We got the 999 Army and the biggest and the baddest group of live streamers, so I appreciate all of you guys for being a part of this. And because I gave you guys such a wonderful compliment, if the 150, 200 of you watching right now could just slide the mouse over, hit the like button, make this thing happen for all of us, because we're going to get into some spoilers real soon. Also want to make a quick announcement. There'll be no stream tomorrow, Saturday. Every once in a while I'll do some gaming streams, but no Walking Dead stuff. Sunday morning at 12 o'clock we will do the Walking Dead Junkies. At 8 o'clock we'll do the Walking Dead Countdown, and after Talking Dead we will do reactions. Monday night at 9:30 we'll do a recap. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we'll have some various topics along the way. So let's get into the next topic of conversation. I got some bits and pieces of the news here. Andrew Lincoln, is he doing, I saw he was reading audiobooks. Is he actually narrating the audiobook for Harry Potter? If you guys have some info on that, I thought I saw an article that did link him to that, that he was doing the voiceover. So if that's true, he's got a pretty cool gig going on there. And let me get to the dumb prediction. I was going to do like a real dramatic thing, like dumb prediction of the week, because I do mine, right? I have some crazy ones. There were at least no less than 2 major publications, and I'm not even going to name them, last week, that said the person that Negan picked up in the car was Carl. Come on, people. I mean, of all the things, I can ingest, not ingest, I mean in space jest, not like, drink something. You guys get what I'm doing here. Ingesting, I can say, Negan and Jadis will hit it off. It's just chat. But when you make a serious prediction that Negan is picking up Carl and Carl faked his own death, and he has the audacity to say, "You look like shit." Come on, people. They should take your prediction card away from you. You just can't predict anything else. It's Laura. People, it is Laura. There's no doubt about it. And a couple major spoiler sites are predicting that it's Laura. I'm going to go with that as well, too, because it definitely ties directly into the storyline. All right. one more thing that I do want to say, and I typically don't give trolls the time of day, but there is this person, and they know who they are, Queen of Spades, who, because there were no spoilers on some sites that are out there, sort of said that 999 Gaming is going to be upset and in a rage because there's no spoilers. Let me go on record and say this right now, and I've said this for a couple of years. I wished there were no spoilers, because if there were no spoilers, it makes our prediction videos that much more fun, that much more exciting. The reason we add spoilers to this channel is because they're out there and other people have access to them. But in a perfect world for me, there would be no such thing as spoilers at all. But as long as they are out there and they're in various sources and in little hidden corners and people are talking about it, well, of course, we're gonna get it and use it as a confirmation. But I just want to say to that person that's out there, you know who you are. You could not be further from the truth. And you guys should really speak up, because I think that's an insult not only to myself, but it's an insult to all of you that join these streams that think that all we're about is just what we do all week long is talk about spoilers. And we don't. Because we talk about recaps, we have our reactions, we go in the past, we talk spoilers maybe 10 or 15 minutes a week. So all the other stuff, it's just somebody that's not a part of what we do, and I think they're a little jealous of what we do, and they just want to kind of make a comment. But like I said, normally I don't give a troll or an idiot the time of day, but I just thought it was important to say that because a couple people have popped in our streams, and you know who they are. So anyway, let's. Question has been posted for Scott. Scott, I'm going to have to scroll up and see that real quick. Where is it? Okay, Kills. Did you hear about the rumor that Sherry is the old friend of Rosita? Yes, I did. That is going to be part of our spoilers, Scott. So hold off on that. I'm going to get into that in 1 minute. Crystal Gilliam says, do you think it's going to be Laura and Negan finds out and uses Dwight to lure the group out? Crystal, I absolutely think that that's what's going to happen. I think... I don't know if he's going to lure him out or if he's just going to imprison Dwight at the end of this. I could see it going both ways. I don't have that information, but Negan has a lot of resources at his disposal. So I think he's going to give Dwight the impression that he's going to use him to fight. But Dwight's marking things on the map and he's doing various things, so I don't know if he's ever going to get a chance to hand that map off. That's just kind of my opinion with that. All right, Scott, hold off just a little bit longer because I am going to touch on that, and that's going to be a big part of what we talk about for 5 or 10 minutes when we go through some of the spoilers. Pete D, no, Tara is not dead. Not going to happen. She's safe. Alicia, Dwighty will not be hurt. He will be forced to wear that beautiful prison suit with the A on it. All right, so let's get into a little bit of spoiler information. This is, if you're watching and you don't want spoiler news, this is the time to sort of check out for a little bit. I am going to transition it into a super bold prediction. So this is going to be part spoiler, part bold prediction. So as I said, I am not citing this source. I will say it's not the Spoiling Dead's fan page, which a lot of people get their information from, because they've went on record of saying that they're not doing any spoilers for the next 2 weeks. So once again, if this is not 100% accurate, then we will not trust this source going in the future. But I feel good about the information. Let me get right to it so you guys... You know what? You guys are going to have to show a little bit of love here. We got 200 people in the house. So if we want some juicy spoiler prediction, we got to like this video up. I need 150 likes. I'm going to think for a minute while you guys show the 999 Army the true power. Get this thing up. Like it up, and then we will then we'll get to the spoilers. I got a super chat while people are figuring out how to do that. This is A. Palmer 108. Will Jadis help out Rick's group in the finale? I think Jadis is gone, Palmer. I think Jadis is going to be a mystery. kind of out there on her own, something to do with the helicopters in the future. But no, I don't think she can help Rick's group. When Rick's group's outnumbered at least 2-1, what's Jadis going to do? Unless she's flying the helicopter herself. Just my opinion. Valar says, what's up to the 999 Army? Kills, Steph, Emmy Bree, Kels, Sweet Tommy, sponsors, and Patriots. Thank you so much. I like that. Gina Crockett says we should have a love button. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so I see the effort. Most of the people have figured out the like button, so we're going to get into it. So as I said, these are spoilers and predictions, and the big news, and I'm just going to come right out and say it, is that Simon will die, that Negan will kill Simon. Now, there's a couple different variations of this. We have predicted that it will be, this is where I said we're going to go to our predictions. What I have heard from this particular spoiler is that Negan will be the one to kill Simon. I'm still holding out and thinking that Jadis will get a hold of Simon and Jadis will do the dirty work. But the source is saying that Simon will go. So once again, if it is wrong, we will go back to this video and I have to prelude everything that we're saying. Okay? So let me just ask the group right now. Thoughts? Negan killing Simon or Simon with Jadis? Not how you want it to go down. I need your true assessment here. If you're watching the playback at home, leave it in the comments below. How do you think it will go down? Simon is on Talking Dead, which is never a good sign. Oh, I like that. Jay Glenn Smith says, justice for Jadis. Love it. Hashtag makes it real. So a good portion is saying Negan will do it. Negan said he would make it right. And he did look like a man that wanted to keep his word. So let's move on to the next big spoiler. And I'm going to tie this into spoiler and prediction. Is the word out there is that Daryl and Rosita will run into Sherry. Now, I was a little surprised by this information, but it has been discussed on several different forums. Now, how does one randomly run into a Sherry that she's still out there? I'm going to give you my prediction with this if this is the way this goes down. So once again, new information, new spoiler. Do not hate the messenger. If they run into Sherry, my prediction is that Sherry is trying to free Negan's wives. That's what I think is going to happen. I think that she feels responsible. It's not just about Dwight at this point. I think, and this is the part that is not spoiler, I think she's been lurking, waiting for the opportunity to try to get to Negan and to try to get the women out there that were basically forced into that situation. So, and that would make sense with the little bit of the prologue that, Aaron's searching for allies, and Daryl and Rosita take action and confront an old friend. Well, Kelly, it doesn't mean that she's alive, but when you say confront an old friend, I think you kind of have to be alive to be confronted. I think they would use a little different verbiage unless they're just trying to be super, super tricky. So I do think that that is the kind of hint that they sort of threw out there. because people were wondering, like, who are they going to run into? So I don't think it's going to be Sherry's head on a stake. I think that Sherry has been plotting to get back at Negan. She's been lurking. She wanted to let everything die down, and she's looking for an opportunity to save the other women. So David Darnell's right there with me. Says, makes sense, Kill. She was always protective of those women. Timothy Young says, old friend, why not Heath? Timothy, because the spoiler source didn't say it was Heath. They said it was Sherry. So I'm taking part of the source and part of a prediction. And Janet, you're right. So when Janet says that's what Sherry would do, it just seemed like that was kind of in character for her, so it would make a little bit more sense. All right, so we're going to go into a couple more predictions. But once again, I got to draw the gauntlet. I mean, we have people popping in our chat that are 999 Army members that aren't showing us the love. Everybody hit that like button. While you're doing that, I do want to transition over and say, who is here for the first time? Who is in this stream and it's the first time you've been in a 999 live stream? And if you've been here more than once, don't type it. If you have, type a 999. Because what I want you to do is I want the 999 Army to give a shout out to some of the new people, because this is how we grow. People need to be a part of our streams and see the family-like environment. So we got Sean Heigl, we got Ruben Hernandez, Kimmy, Beto. So several people, this is the first time. Craig Cass, there's a few names that I don't recognize. So what I would do is, first of all, I'd like to welcome all of you. You can see it's a very interactive group. I hope that you guys subscribe. Join us up. You know, we do live streams 5-6 nights per week, sometimes during the day as well. Would love your input, would love your participation. So this is probably the most active, most interactive group of Walking Dead fans from live streams that you're going to find anywhere, and it continues to grow. It is really, really a special group of people. You can see just some of the comments, and we've weeded out a lot of the trolls, and I think that's what makes it kind of nice, is you know, it's just a fun group of people. And also, you know, they hang out on the Facebook page as well too. All right, everybody, so welcome all the new people, and appreciate you being here. Let's get into a couple more spoilers that are out there. The spoiler source I said earlier did confirm that it was Laura that got into the car, and that she will be the one to officially rat out Dwight. So, as we talked about, Dwight will be put in the prison suit. And the reason I put this picture up on the screen as well is because someone had mentioned, based on this picture, the imperfections from the bullets. Now, I didn't go back and research a lot of that, but I do want to drop a couple of kind of interesting tidbits that were out there. One, Eugene was talking about Simon and having to ramp up production, because at the time, you know, is it Negan? Is it Simon? Who is he working for? So I do think that the rushing is either going to make them make mistakes, or it's going to give Eugene that out that he needs in order to sabotage the bullets. So everything is playing out the way we thought it was going to play out. I mean, to this point, there's very little surprises kind of going down. Somebody did text me some information, and I didn't catch this in the sneak peek. So when they were talking about not having enough bullets, then apparently Rosita said, "Mierda, they've got our bullet maker." So I didn't realize she said, "Shit, they got our bullet maker." So that was a cool little tidbit as well too. I didn't go back and watch it, but I thought that it was kind of happened fast. And when I first heard it, I thought the audio sort of skipped a little bit. I didn't know she was going from Spanish to English. So just kind of throw that out there for the group. And let's see, what else do we have going down this week? Obviously, you know about the Rick letter. We talked about that as a big prediction for the lingering effect of Rick. You know, he's wearing a T-shirt, and then when they go to war at the end, it looks like it's going to be hand-to-hand combat as well. Nerd Life's like, oops, Kills just... I was reading. It's like acting, Nerd Life. I'm going to read a couple comments here. So, Brianne McCann says, Kills, how do you keep up with all these questions? You don't. That's the thing. So, you kind of, your eyes sort of wander and you pick a question or two or a comment. And, of course, Super Chats, anybody that does a Super Chat, I always stop whatever we're talking about and focus on that conversation. It is a paid sponsorship, so, you know, there's some incentive to do that as well. But for one, that's easy to keep up with, but all the other streams, and a lot of these questions, when we do the playback, all this is going to be streaming live. Julia Drum says, 999, I love you. Thank you. Everybody needs a little bit of love. And Primal Overlord, Kills, is your last name Stewart? Killshot Stewart. No, that doesn't flow very well. How do you know it's a Super Chat? Super Chats are, if you see the one, how do you send a Super Chat is the $ down below, but if you scroll up, anybody that the screen is blocked out in a certain color is a Super Chat, which is a financial donation, and it highlights their question. Morgan will not die. I mean, Morgan even said it. I don't die. And he might Forrest Gump it all the way to Texas. Stephanie Dassing says, going to Walker Stalker tomorrow. Awesome. That is awesome. Have a good time. Joni Tucker says, okay, Kills, killing me all day. When Negan was talking to Dwight in the latest peek for 15, Negan told Dwight to put out a cigarette. Then he looked at Dwight's boot. Do you think he was looking for blue paint? He could have been. I mean, just to see if he was out there. I mean, he is going to be looking for clues. He doesn't know everything about everything. But he certainly knows who the traitors are. Steven Speeden, that is a Super Chat. So that's exactly what it looks like. Here's the thing, and this is what I usually ask for people to do, is once you go to do the Super Chat, you can actually type in the text. So if you do that, leave a question or leave a comment so people can see it, because we'd love to talk about your topic. And a lot of times, some people will do that and then they'll ask a follow-up question. So I have the moderators sort of look out for that as well. And I will say this, and we'll get into just a couple more predictions. We have very strong sponsorship on this channel. We have, obviously, Patreons. We have Super Chat members. We have people that are here every day that are involved in it, people that are involved in our 999 Army page. It is growing like off the hook. And the one thing I'd say, give Fear the Walking Dead a chance. Normally, when we go from Walking Dead to Fear, we get about half the participation, and rightfully so. I mean, let's be honest. It was average the first 3 seasons. The one thing that I'm going to ask many of you to do, that I'm going to try to do, is recommit yourself to Fear the Walking Dead for the first few episodes. I'm going to be doing live streams for Fear just like we do it here. We're going to be doing every night. We're going to get involved. We're going to talk about it. If it fizzles out, I'll be the first person to tell you it fizzles out. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm not going to BS you on it, but I do have a feeling it's going to be pretty good this year. Just from what I've seen so far. That is very true. Chris Salisbury, we have a host that's fluent in Bee Gees information. Chris, it's not just Bee Gees information. I just love music in general. Once we get through April 15th, the season finale, we're going to transition our Tuesdays back to random things. You guys that are new will really see what this channel is all about. I mean, we do gaming, we do Walking Dead, we do live streams, and then we have one day of the week that we haven't done it since, you know, Walking Dead's in its closing stages here. But during the off season, every Tuesday night we do random things, which is just we get together and talk about whatever, and it's just a real good networking, relaxing part of the week. So I enjoy those. So real quick recap, and then we'll wind this down. I'll give you your Friday night back. Thank you to everybody for watching this on a Friday night. I know that a lot of you are out, and I mean, people have, you know, this would be a random things topic. What is the, where are you guys watching this stream from? I just want to know. Who's at home? Who's out? Who's at the grocery store? Who's just got this thing streaming? Let's read a few of the comments. And keep in mind, this is going to show up in the playback, so be careful. If you're somewhere where you don't want somebody to know where you are, don't type it. Think before you type. I got a few people at home, my computer. All right, so a lot of people are home. Some people are from Hickory, North Carolina. All right, so, oh, there you go. Jim, I'm not going to say your last name, but Jim is watching from work. So hopefully Jim's boss is not watching from work as well. That guy works for me. At home, iPad. Okay, that's cool. A lot of people are just chilling at home. In the recliner, I love it. Shopping with my headphones on. There you go, Holly. Holly's walking around with the headphones on, listening to 9 to 9 Gaming. Karaoke bar? Oh, Jeffrey Morrow, you got to do some type of song dedication for us. All right, we got a super chat up here. So let me jump on the super chat. Actually, we got two, so I'm going to hit these right in a row. Chris Rainick says, I liked Fear, but she doesn't compare to Rick. But with Morgan going on the show, a few more people, it's going to be awesome. So let me say this, Chris. I feel very similar to that. Madison being, I needed her character to be a little bit like she is now, a little bit earlier. And I know it's hard to explain because, you know, she had Travis and she had her family and she was protective and she was doing all these things that we'd probably do. But I think I had unrealistic expectations of Madison because I wanted the fight to start a little bit sooner. So I couldn't relate to her early on, but I think now when she says, I'm through running, that toughness is going to be fully crystallized. So she is going to be more like Rick, I think, now than ever. So I kind of feel you on that. And who we got? We got 1189 Paris with the super duper chat here. Do you think Father Gabriel or Eugene will be responsible for the bad bullets? And if Eugene, what makes him switch back to Team Rick? Self-survival. I think it will be Eugene because I think Eugene has the skill set to do it. I think Father G will see it as a blessing, so he will he'll be aware of what happened. I do think Father G is going to be blind, and I think he could even die in the future from his blindness. But I do think he's going to get a sense of peace with this. I think they wanted to bring Eugene back in before the end of the season, the writers. And this is a good opportunity for them to do it. Secondly, Eugene is tired of being afraid. And you could see it the last couple times he's just tried to have a normal conversation with Negan. He's tired of looking over his shoulder, and I think now he's finally in a situation where he knows that he has the upper hand. And he's going to take advantage of it. And let's see. I've got a couple more super chats. You guys are rolling right along. So Scott Kernan says, how do you think this episode will end? I think this episode is going to end with either the Simon death or the Dwight being imprisoned. I think it's going to be one of those two things. Now, well, you know what, Scott, I could add a third thing to it. Or Daryl and Rosita's plans get foiled and they see Sherry on the way back. That could be a little bit of a, like, wow, Sherry, what are you doing out here? You know, it's not going to be something that's going to bring closure. They're going to hype up the drama to go into the season finale. So Simon's death, I got to pick three. I'm sorry. Simon's death, Dwight being imprisoned, or Sherry. All big. Steven Speeden says, anyone have a list of AMC Theater final episode? That's a good question. Can I have the group participate in that question with this super chat? Does anyone know where to find the information of who is showing the season finale? Somebody knows. So I'm just going to pose that as a question for everybody. AMC's page. Go online with AMC Theater. Okay, there you go. Give that a shot. I have not checked it out. And the reason I haven't, I guess I could find that information before Sunday and just kind of confirm all AMC theaters. Because I will not be watching it at a theater because I'm going to be streaming that night. And it's going to be an interesting stream because we're going to have it's probably going to be one of the most unique streams that we've ever done here. So if you're on the way home or you're still at the theater hanging out, log us in, man. I will be here. We will be talking. It's going to be one of those nights where, wow, that's the way it just ended. Oh, my God. And then we're going to transition into, oh, Fear. So we're going to be talking about both. It's going to be like an extended show that night. I will definitely make it a longer conversation because half the broadcast we're going to have to talk about the season finale, and then the other half we're going to talk about the excitement from Fear. So I'm still hoping that a lot of you are going to be here. Even if you're in the theater, hopefully you will tune us in. Because we're going to do the countdown. The countdown's still going to be at 8 o'clock. So, you know, if we're doing a countdown and I'm talking and somebody looks over and says, who's that on your phone? Just be like, yeah, that's my group. That's my posse. Total redemption for Eugene, absolutely. All right, everybody, we are going to wind this thing down. Once again, I appreciate everybody being here, all the activity, all the questions, all the interactions. You guys really make this just such a pleasure to do every single night. I will be back with everybody 12 o'clock Sunday morning. We'll do Walking Dead Junkies. If you're not familiar with that, we take a topic from the past, the present, or the future. This week, we're going to talk about Simon's past. So you're going to want to tune into that. I'm going to have some very, very bold statements about where Simon came from, the history of Simon from my perspective, and I'll get a little bit more of your input. I think it's a good day to talk about Simon if you know what's going to go down. And then at 8 o'clock, we will do the countdown. So looking forward to seeing everybody there. If you're watching the playback, this is the closing credits. If you're new or you're here for everything that we do, you know that on these streams at the end of them, I like to do as many shout-outs as I can. I can't hit everybody, obviously. But if you can type a 999 in chat, I just want to give a shout-out to everybody I possibly can as quick as possible. But also, hit that like button one more time, everybody. There's a few of you kind of slacking on me. So I do want to say what's up to Julia Drums, Deborah Mooney, Scott Kernan, Ryan Street. What's up? Sergeant Chosen 186. I love that. Oh, I love that he added Sergeant to it. So we've got an official 999 Army. Sergeant OU Crawfish, Sergeant Chosen One. We got Crystal Gillum in the house. Kimmy, thank you for being here. Jamie Krysick. Assassin's Legacy, Nicole Engel, Gene Atkins, Space Jesus, Amy and PA, Brianne McCann. Thank you, Beth Brigette. Carrie Stoffenberger, Nerd Life. Paige Jordan, Mish True. Camo Cacti Kyle. That's a lot of stuff there, Kyle. I'm just going to call you Kyle. How about that? Tammy Boyle. Randy Winchester. What's up, Randy? Gina Crockett. Chris McGlinton. I can never say your name. Schoenfuss. That's what I'm going with. Joni Tucker. Maggie B. Ultra Groove. Let's groove tonight. Maurice Gamble. RTD Slayer in the house. Terry Jones. Jake Turgeon. Meat Grinder 3851. Walani. Craig Cass. Angela Lewis. Marion Delonzo. Thank you so much. David Darnell. Cody Whittington. Just got here. Watch the playback, Cody. Garrett Farmer. eBeach 72. Candy Beats. Charlie Amos. My moderators. Bree, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kel. All the Patreons over there listed on the side. All the Super Chatters. Scott Kernan. Super Duper Chatters. Pete D. The sponsors up there. Wilson, Pete D. Vonda M. Nerd Life. The Mighty Mo. Bad Hair Day Lady. I love that name. It's great. Sounds like every day for me. Well, except the lady part. Paul Eagle, 1000. Skull Crusher, 69. What's up? Chris Reinig. Timothy Young. Daniel Ocha. Alicia James, have a good night. Steven Speeden. Holly Pierce with the headphones on. Michelle M. Eric Vance. Sabrina Nelson, thanks for being here. Tanya Dockstader. I'm getting most of them tonight. I'm on fire. Subby, what's up, Subby? Bumblebee Brown. Some people are like, why do you do shout-outs? Well, because first of all, I just want to say thank you every time. And the other thing is people know when the shout-outs are going to come. So if you're watching the playback, you don't have to watch all the shout-outs you don't want to. I mean, that's like your choice. But as long as we're doing live streams, we're always going to do them. Nerd Life, I'll give you 3 shout-outs if you want. When there's this many names, you can't remember everybody you call out. Mogar the Champion, what's up? Richard Brooks, Lamar Lanham. Hey, Melinda Kettler, thanks for being here. Appreciate you watching tonight. Chris Salisbury. What's going on, Chris? Becky Williamson, the silent member. I see you, Becky. Ron Nicky, thanks for being here, Ron. I mean, Chris Hardwick doesn't do shout-outs on Talking Dead. It's just something we do. B Loves 999, thank you. 1189 Paris, thanks for being here. Kelly Golan Zenier. What's up, Brene? Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here on a Friday night as well. All right, everybody, I might have missed a few people, but if I did, then I will catch you in the next stream. I will see some of you Sunday at 12 o'clock, but there's 3 streams going on. So if you can't make all 3, at least find one that works for you and jump in that. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Peace.